Bell, and she has a wonderful speech for you that she's going to prepare. Next round of applause.
Thank you all so much for letting us come out here and share our experience with you as Toastmasters and just as people. I'd like for you guys to keep in mind that though we are Toastmasters, we're still just people. I was a little girl once. I was in Girl Scouts. So we're all no different. That is one of the most important things that I want you guys to keep in mind as I'm up here speaking. We're all the same. If you ladies don't mind, take a couple of these. Could you be my big helper and take this to that next table? Thank you. I am super excited about public speaking. And when Larry asked me on Thursday if I wanted to come here, it wasn't even a thought in my mind. I was absolutely thrilled to come and share my experience public speaking with you young ladies. I decided in 2009 to create a workbook series called Begin With Myself to help me personally deal with the life issues that I had. And it wasn't anything special or unique. We, like I said before, we're all human. We all go through the same things. We all have good days. We all have bad days. And that is what keeps us connected. So when you're speaking in public and when you're talking to a large group of people, I know that you might think this is a terrifying experience. First, keep in mind that that feeling that you feel when you feel all jittery and you're shaking, you see my hands are even shaking now, mostly because I just drank a whole ton of coffee at one time. But sometimes it is because I'm nervous, or it could be because you didn't eat. So sometimes you're thinking, oh my goodness, I'm so shaky, it's because I'm so nervous and I'm not going to do good. Sometimes it's just biological, it's not just you. Also keep in mind there's this thing called adrenaline, where it makes your heart beat faster, it makes your palms sweaty. Those are natural things that your brain does to let you know that you're about to do something new. Again, it's not to make you feel reserved, and it doesn't mean that you're not a good speaker. You're just human. So by now, most of you should have on your table a piece of paper that is titled My Standout Speech. And I wrote this on Thursday night because I wanted to share with you all how easy it is to actually make a standout speech and to be able to give it. How many of you think you could make a standout speech or just a basic regular speech? Okay. Now, hopefully, by the time I get done, you guys will feel a little bit more confident, okay? Can I get like a loud okay or just a okay? Okay. I tell my children that. I say, when I say something to you, your answer is yes or okay, and that's it. So, when I say something, it'd be nice if you guys said yes or okay. I won't be as aggressive as I am with my children. However, I'm going to move around a little bit because I don't think you guys have my standout speech paper. Okay. All right, so, because I want you guys to be able to know what I'm going on about up here. And you can share, so maybe you can hold it in the middle, and then this young lady in the pink can hold that one, and then you in the gray, you can share with these two ladies on either side of you. All right, and I won't leave you guys out either. I do have a couple, and we, at Toastmasters, we practice not using notes, which is why I'm intentionally not using my notes. So I created this 7-step process to create a really good speech. And it's basically just 7 sentences. Who thinks that they can say 7 sentences aloud? Okay, great. I'm gonna ask seriously. You guys think that no, you really can't do 7 sentences? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Think of it like this. I'm just going to talk about something that's natural to me, okay? But in 7 steps. So this example in particular, this is really what happened on Thursday night while I was writing this. I needed to take out the trash because there was long overdue. So I'm going to first tell you the steps, which is you're going to have your greeting. The second thing you want to do is start telling. I like to use the 3-step process because 1, 2, 3 is very easy. So first, you want to start by telling what you're talking about. Then you want to tell what happens before because you're building up. The next thing you want to do is get to your point. And following the point, you want to accentuate, make it a little bit more interesting. And then you want to reiterate what you said and then say thank you and ask if they have any questions or exit the stage. So on Thursday night, this is how I would present my Thursday night to you. Hey you guys, thanks so much for coming out here on this wonderful Saturday morning so I can tell you about my crazy Thursday night. So at 9 p.m., I needed to take out my trash because it was long overdue. And when I come back in, I hear all this banging upstairs and it's driving me crazy. So I absolutely lost it. And I yelled upstairs, "You guys come down here with your blankets and you get on the couch and you lay down. Lay flat. Otherwise, they'll be sitting up hunched, trying to be sneaky and watching me while I'm doing my work at 9 p.m. So, long story short, when nights get crazy, the guys sleep on the couch. Thank you so much for coming out and listening to me. And if you have any questions, now's the time. So that was my speech. It wasn't terrifying. It wasn't crazy. That is literally an average night. How many moms in here have experienced that? You come in your house and it's like, what's going on here? You young people, you beautiful young ladies, has anything ever happened and you're just like, what? You're playing a video game and all of a sudden some character comes out and attacks you and you're like, oh my goodness, this is crazy, right? These are relatable experiences. So when you're giving your speeches, you want to be yourself, be natural so that you are relatable. You also want to make sure that you have all your points in order and that you are following them. That's why I created this template. This is something that I do every time I give a speech. Even though I practice speeches every day, like I was telling the group earlier, I had my camera there, but it was dying, so then I had to switch over to my cell phone. But I am super, super passionate about public speaking. This is what I'm going to do for a living. This is how my children are going to survive and my grandchildren. This is my joy. And I was excited to come here, especially because you guys are young ladies, you are young women, and you are our future. So, my icebreaker at Toastmasters was, I'm an angel on an adventure. And most of my speeches are going to incorporate that. Who thinks they're ever going to speak publicly? Any of you guys, are you going to be teachers? Who wants to be a boss? Is anyone going to have people working under them? Who wants to have children?
Not me.
Okay, that's a choice too. If you are going to choose any of those, a lot of that is going to require you to have confidence, to be prepared, and to know how to talk to people. So when you're public speaking, or speaking in general, those are all the things that you are going to have to keep with you. Everything that you do in life is basically kind of just like preparing for a speech. Everything that you do in life is going to require some level of preparation. Earlier today, I talked a little bit about how my life guided me into public speaking and why it became such a passion. And that is the part where I'm going to share with you now. And so in 2009, that's when I decided something's got to change. However, I went back way to the beginning when I was little, wee like you guys, and I was a really confident kid. I was really confident, I was really smart, I was a good speller, I was very outgoing, and I just thought I was the bee's knees. And as I went throughout life, I don't feel like I had a very hard life, I don't feel like it was very difficult, but when you get older, you guys are going to realize that life is different. It may not always be fun. Who has fun every single day, all the time? Now that was a time I didn't think anyone was going to raise their hand. You guys have fun all the time in school? Every day in school is fun? Right. But but you have to go through it anyways, right? So that you can be a better person. You want to become a better person, and the things that you do every day are going to help you become that person. So when I got to junior year of high school, by that time I was still super confident. I was division champion for running track and field. No one in my division could beat me. I was running 400 meters in less than a minute. So the average time back then was about a minute, 2 seconds. I was running at like 57 seconds. I was killing the game. No one could stop me. I had so many college acceptance letters. People didn't even believe me. Like my teacher would say, hey, I got a letter from Dartmouth. You got a letter from Dartmouth? Seriously, someone told me that. I didn't know that Dartmouth was a top college. I just knew that they wanted me. Until today, I still have a binder full of all the colleges that wanted me. And you want to know what happened? I had given up. I lost faith in myself. I had lost faith in life. I didn't like the way that life was presenting itself. So instead of going to college, any college, I could have gone to any college that I had wanted. I think I even got it accepted to SU. But instead, I started hanging out with the wrong crowd. I got pregnant when I was a senior in high school. I graduated. It was difficult, and it wasn't easy, and I was really, really sick. But those were the things that happen when you don't believe in yourself, and you stop thinking that the things that you do every day are important. So after, what was that, 2006? So around 3 or 4 years later, I realized, okay, this isn't kind of where I thought I was going to be at. You know, by now I should probably be graduating with a degree. I shouldn't have had any kids. You know, I should be living this great, great life because I had so much potential, but I wasn't. And that's when I started this thing, Begin With Myself, because obviously, whatever I was doing, it wasn't working. So I had to change myself. And it took me up until 2019 to finish that process. The most important thing I want you to get out of what I said is that your life can change in one day. You can make one decision that will set you off track for a decade. Hopefully not at this age. Hopefully you guys are pretty safe. I think for you being here, you obviously have parents who care about your extracurricular time and the things that you're going to be doing. But you ladies are right around that area where every decision that you make right now is detrimental. If you are not careful with the things that you do, the people who you hang out with, the places that you go, the things you think about, and the food you eat, your life can literally fall apart and never get back together. I like to be morbid because I want you to know that this is real. We're talking about life and death here. So, now that it's 2019, I've moved from Syracuse, New York. I'm here, I'm exploring myself, and I'm encouraging everyone to A, don't be like me, okay? Take better care of yourself, take better care of your decisions. Don't let anybody ever tell you, well, if you do that, I'm not going to be your friend. Thank God that they said that and don't be their friend. Because if anyone is going to threaten you, that's not a friend. And I don't care what it is. Even if they say, you know what, if you don't be my girlfriend, I'm never going to talk to you again. If you don't have my baby, I'm never going to talk to you again. Because that's what happened to me. And 10 years later, that was like not the best decision. I should have chosen myself. But I didn't begin with myself until later. So, public speaking for me is not just something to do. I don't want to just grab the mic and talk. I'm not up here to be cute. I didn't wake up this morning and put myself together so that you guys can just come see some lady up here talking. I really need you guys to know how important you are. You guys, you all, you beautiful ladies, you most awesome and courageous leaders are the most important people that we have. Because in 10, 15, 20 years, you're going to be the bosses. You're going to be the governors. You're going to be the mayors. You're going to be the child care providers. And you need to be well. You have to be whole in your mind. Your spirit has to be intact. Otherwise, everything you give, you're only going to be giving from your emptiness. Even if you're not going to be a public speaker, even if you're not going to speak at all today, which is fine because we all have a choice. Everyone is not meant to speak. Some of us need to sit back and be silent so that people who are too loud can observe and see what it's like just to be silent. And it's okay. It's okay to keep your voice to yourself until it's necessary because we all have to say something someday. We all have to stand up for ourselves. So if you're not going to be speaking publicly like me, speak for yourself. Don't let the world just pass you by. Don't let life pass you by. Don't let people just say things and you say, oh, well, that doesn't really bother me. You don't have to fight and argue with people. You say, no, I don't like that. And you can leave it at that. But don't silence your voice because you're afraid. Make sure that you say the things that you need to say. Go the places you need to go. Do the things you need to do. Become the people who you need to become. Because that's what we're all here for anyways. So whether you are an avid public speaker or just someone who likes to observe the world as it passes you by, remember that your voice is important. Remember that you are important. And the things that you do every day are seriously going to determine who you are and your future. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ishmael. What do you think? How about another round of applause? Ishmael, thank you for sharing with us. But before we let you go, if you remember at the very beginning, what did I say? We're going to evaluate her speech. So what we'd like to do is I'm going to come to your table and then we'll move around the room. And what we'd like to do is ask you, how do you think she did with her speech? How did she present? Or what do you think that she could have done, not maybe from the message, but to make her speech even more improved the next time that she would give that? Anyone here? How did you like her speech?
Yes.
What did you like the most?
Everything.
Excellent. How about over here? Did you like her speech?
Yeah, it was my speech.
Is there anything you think that she could do to improve?
I understand that you like to be morbid to keep the message real, but I feel like it should be a little less morbid for the little kids. Maybe if you have a majority older audience, that would be great. But for little kids, I think you should sugarcoat it just a little bit.
Thank you for your evaluation. How about over here?
I loved your speech, and my favorite part was how you targeted the different audience. Like over here, you explained to us that our decisions now will affect us in the future. I just like that part a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. And?
I like her body language because she looked at each table and even walked over to each area, so it wasn't just standing there and everybody staring at kind of almost woke you up because it became like the right action.
Excellent, excellent. Anything that she could do to improve?
So,
How about you?
I like everything.
Good job, good job. Nice round of applause for our team. Oh, I missed somebody.
I did like how you engaged the kids and asked them to raise their hand to get them involved in your conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Round of applause. All right. Now, I know this is going to be the tough table over here, and you're going to give her a good evaluation, so let's find out. What did you like about Ms. Ishmael's speech?
I liked everything.
Is there anything that you think that she could do to help her be a better speaker, to improve the next time she says her speech?
No.
What do you understand? How about you? Did you like Ms. Ishmael's speech?
Yes.
What was your favorite thing?
Everything.
entire speech. Wow. How about over here? Would you like to let us know what you thought about it, Ms. Ishmael's speech?
Yes.
Okay, what did you like about it?
Everything.
Everything. Well, we have a general consensus from this table that they liked everything about your speech. Thank you, ladies. Let's go over here. A round of applause. Oh, did I miss you? See, you're paying attention. Good job.
The speech was perfect.
Your speech was perfect. Oh, you're getting lots of kudos over here.
I liked his
What was your favorite part?
everything.
Wow, okay, well, thank you very much. Our table over here, now you're going to be the chief evaluators over here, except for the team back there, she haven't made it there yet. Hi, did you like Ms. Ishmael's speech?
Yes.
What was your favorite part?
Everything.
Okay. Did you like Ms. Ishmael's speech?
Yes.
What was your favorite part?
Everything.
I'm thinking I'm getting the same answer here. Uh-oh.
You have to ask a different question.
I'll have to ask a different question. Very good. Okay. Did you like Ms. Ishmael's speech?
Yes.
What do you think she could do to improve?
I like everything.
That's a good question. All right. All right. You're going to help me out over here, aren't you? What's your name, first of all?
Brooklyn.
I should have remembered, huh? Okay, Brooklyn. Miss Ishmael was speaking here right in front of you. Did you enjoy your speech?
Yes.
Did you think it was too short or too long?
Too long.
It was too long? Oh, what do you think she could have done to make it a little bit shorter that would have made the same impact?
She can use shorter words to make it a little bit shorter.
Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. Let's come on over here. Did you like Miss Ishmael's speech?
Yes.
What was your favorite part of her speech, except for everything? There's got to be one particular part.
I
Don't know. How about over here?
I liked her speech, and I liked her story.
You liked her story? Hi. What's your name?
Caitlin,
Caitlin. What was your favorite part of Miss Ishmael's speech?
how she included everyone.
How she included everyone? All ages? I even was relating to her speech from the back of the room, which was excellent. Nice round of applause for our table over here. All right, it's your turn. Here we go. Miss Ishmael, what do you want to say to her? Give her some nice encouragement about her speech.
I liked your speech. I did like everything, but my favorite part was your story.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. All right, it's your turn. What's your name?
Lily,
What was your favorite part of Miss Ishmael's speech?
her story.
Her story? What was her favorite part of her story? Was there a special part?
Not really.
The whole story? Okay. Coming over here. Hello. What's your name?
Molly.
Molly. Miss Ishmael was up there. She's looking for some encouragement because she wants to do her speech again. What do you think could help her?
It was really good. It was very empowering. I don't think there's much you can change about it. It was really good.
Thank you, thank you. And hi. What about you? Any encouragement or some improvement for Miss Ishmael?
I really liked her speech, and I liked the message. Be confident, and not let people push you around a lot. So I really liked it. Good job.
Excellent. Oh, thumbs up even. All right. Hello there. Now, I want to tell everyone, what does your shirt say? Make today awesome. Do you think Miss Ishmael made today awesome with her speech?
Yeah, I like how she gave advice to everybody.
What was the one thing that stood out to you in her message?
Like, don't give up and stuff.
Excellent. Is there anything that you think that she could do to improve her speech if she were to give it in front of another group of Girl Scouts or young leaders? No? Well, Miss Ishmael, I think that you got rounds of applause not only from our Girl Scouts today, but also in their commentary on how well you did today. And I have to, first of all, thank Ms. Ishmael. She was at our meeting on Thursday. We sat next to each other towards the end of the meeting. I said, we're going to be presenting on Saturday to the Girl Scouts. Would you like to? And I couldn't even finish my sentence, and she said, yes. I would love to, and then I asked her if she would like to speak. And the next thing I know, she was emailing me back and forth, and we were texting. And I want to thank you on behalf of not only myself, but on behalf of the girls for being here today and offering your message. Nice round of applause. Thank you. Speeches, that's one of the things that we do at Toastmasters. We're asked to get up in front of our group. Now, in Toastmasters, I did hear someone mention it about the length of speech. Today, we weren't